Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, I am Anna Maria and you are watching Miracle Orchids, the place you can learn everything there is to know about growing orchids. Alright guys, so it has been time to do an update on my Dendrobium spring or on my Dendrobium Stardust Firebird. So here it is. You know, when I have repotted, I have said I will leave these cages for about 2 more weeks to produce some roots. Here they are. It has been about actually 1 month, but it is okay. The orchid responded well. Let me show to you the root system. It seems that it has survived just well. I do not see any bad signs. I see some root tips starting to grow here and here, so it will take over the spot. It has some growing cakeys at or new growths at the bottom too, here and here, and it did not produce any more cakeys along the canes. The ones that were already growing, they did not stop. They are growing just fine. So what I was thinking, it is that because it has been about 1 month or maybe even a bit more, it is time, let's say, to cut the cakeys. Then I will fertilize the orchid and see if you see, in this time I did not apply any fertilizer. We are going to see if the orchid will produce any more cakeys along the canes after I fertilize it. So here I have a cutting knife. I always sterilize my cutting tools with this time I prefer to sterilize them with Domestos, so it is a bleach. I put it at a quite high concentration, so I think I showed you in the past, but I will try to show to you again with a close-up. I have discovered that it is best to cut just a bit underneath the keiki. You don't need very long roots for the keikis to survive. Actually, you just need to put them on a very wet surface. I don't really have a surface where to hold the cane because it has been cut just above the place where the cakeys appeared, so I'm trying to keep by their stem, which is not really recommended. Alrighty, so one is here. We can see that. Oopsie, I'm too much. Yeah. Focus. So it looks quite nice. Here I will apply some hydrogen peroxide 3%, and I will leave the cakeys on some green moss. I don't have any more dried moss, and today I am going to a trip. You can actually check it on Google. It is a gorgeous area. I will try to put the name of the place on the screen. So there I will collect some green moss and I will put the cakeys, but till there I will just put them in this little cup with a bit of water. So I will continue to remove all of them, then I will show to you the next step. Okay guys, and here they are. Now I am going to spray them with hydrogen peroxide 3%. I am not going to put any cinnamon because that would kill any root tips on the cake, so I don't want that. And now we are going to focus on the main plant because this is actually a tutorial about the mother plant and not about how to make the cakes to survive. So as I said, so far I did not fertilize the mother plant, and here I have 1 liter of tap water because the fertilizer that I am going to test out, it is the Ceramis one. This is saying that it has a 636 mpk, so it does not have a lot of nitrogen in it, and that is what I was curious about. Also, this does not have any calcium. I would not recommend you use a fertilizer without calcium, but because this was gifted to me to test out, I'm going to see how it is going to turn out for my orchid. And because the tap water is supposed to have some calcium in it, we are going to see if the orchid reacts well to this setup. So let's test the tap water first, which it seems it's quite high. It is about, let me show you, 222 ppm. That is okay. And on the label it says you should put 5 milliliters of fertilizer for 1 liter of water. So it is sealed off. Let's open it together. And here it is. I remember they had a way of dosing this. So I think this should be about 5 milliliters. You are supposed to squeeze it. It will come off on the tip here, and then that would be the amount you should use, I believe. But I'm going to read it again. Yes, that was the amount, because look, if you actually hold the bottle upside down, it does not leak, only if you press on it. So that is the amount I should use. This is supposed to be a fertilizer especially designed for beginners. So now I am going to mix the water with the fertilizer. Oh my god! So this, I thought this is not a concentrated one, but look at this. I have right now 604 ppm. So we have about 380 ppm of fertilizer, which is an okay quantity for an orchid which is in active growth, especially Dendrobium. Now let's see the pH. I guess I should have tested it before I put the fertilizer too, but I will see the afterward result at least. So we are supposed to play a bit with the water, and in 30 seconds the pH would be stabilized. And I cannot really show to you, I guess, only if I zoom a lot. So it is right now at about 621, and it is still dropping, so I guess it is at about 6.1 maybe. So that is an okay pH. For orchids you should make sure the pH is about 5.5 to 6.5, especially on orchid which is in bark. This fertilizer has all the nutrients chelated, which means they are absorbable by the orchid at a wider range of pHs. So I will pour the water into the decorative container, let it like this for let's say 10 to 30 minutes, then I will drain the water out, and I'm going to do some updates. I actually put some in here as well to see how the cakeys will react. So I'm going to fertilize with this type of fertilizer about once a month, to in the growing season to once every 2 to 3 months, depending on how the orchid reacts. If I see that after this application my orchid will have cakeys all over it, I will just remove it immediately as soon as they have 1 to 2 millimeters, and then I am going to fertilize it at more rarely, let's say. So I am still testing out to see what this orchid likes. I am happy that I have some new canes which are strong in here, some new growths at the base as well. Most probably I will give away the cakeys, or I will plant them together, depending on if I will do a giveaway anytime soon or not. So I'm going to see about that. I'm quite happy of or with how the orchid reacted so far, so I'm going to leave it as it is and drain the water out in a few moments. Now, if you have any questions or any thoughts to share with me about growing this orchid, please leave your comments down below and I will be more than happy to answer them for you. Thank you very much for watching and see you all next time. Bye!